Hello and hi, my name is Connor. In this video, I want to talk about the amazing upcoming event, which is going to be Next Music from Tokyo Volume 18. This is an amazing event that is going to be taking place all across Canada from September, and I really think you should go. Last year, I made a very similar video to this one where I talked about all of the bands that were going to be attending Volume 17, of which they were all fantastic. And with that experience in mind, I can definitely say that this lineup too, pretty great. All right, it's pretty good. As is usual, there are 4 bands and they are amazing. The bands are going to be Haku and SYAYOS and puddlehunds and yureruwayurei. And I am a fan of all of these bands, so when this lineup got announced, I was very excited. In this video, I want to go over each of these 4 respective bands and their work, and I want to hype you up as much as I am hyped up because this is going to be a show for the ages, and I think if you can go, you for sure should. And I guess just for some background info, there are going to be 5 total shows for this concert series. They are going to be in Montreal and Toronto and Vancouver, Canada. And oh my god, the best part, okay? The tickets start at like $35, and in some cases they are like $37, they are like $40 just because of local taxes, but for $35 you can see 4 amazing bands. And I swear by these bands too, because I have personally seen 3 of these bands live and I can attest to how amazing they are live. For that 4th band, I am eagerly anticipating seeing them for the first time. There is also going to be a link in the description for the website of the event, and if you want to purchase tickets there, you can, and if you want to read more about the bands too and check out the music directly that way, you can do so. So thank you for that website, nextmusicfromtokyo.com. So I think let's just get right into the list here, and we are going to start off with a actual veteran band to the Next Music from Tokyo series. That is going to be Haku. Haku has been making music for a number of years now, and I am just a huge fan. I mean, that's why I talk about them so much on my channel, and it's also why, in fact, that I've got 2 of my favorite projects of theirs right here on CD. These are something that I listen to very frequently in my car and also on my iPod and of course on my phone on like every streaming service because I just love the sound of this band a ton. Haku is a 4-piece band from Osaka, and like I said, I can attest to how fantastic they are. In the past year, I've seen them 3 times. That is because I just love listening to their music because they are such skilled musicians. It's actually incredible. Music-wise, I would say that they really lean into very poppy rock, and I would maybe even call that math pop too, because all of their songs have these incredibly catchy vocal melodies and also guitar melodies, and the bass is just so groovy and fun, and oh my god, those drums just keep you locked into. Pretty much every member of the band here is just absolutely doing their best at all times, and that really shows in the end product, I feel like. Even if you're not familiar with this band, you might still know them from this short that really popped off on social media about 2 years ago, where they were covering a very popular song by the band Mono no Aware, and ever since then, they have been on this meteoric rise, and that is for good reason too. Once you listen to them too, I am sure you are going to very quickly understand why they are so popular in Japan and also obviously abroad too. One band that I really compare Haku to a lot is going to be The Strokes, particularly their sound from the early 2010s with their album Angles. There is just so much that is in common there, I think sound-wise and also just songwriting ethos-wise too, that I think if you are a huge fan of that whole, I suppose, era, you are really going to like Haku's music, especially their 2 newest EPs, which again are these guys right here. This came out last year and was probably one of my favorite EPs of the whole year. I think my like year-end stats were I listened to this like 50 times, love it that much. This came out, I want to say back in March, and maybe one of my favorite EPs of the year so far. And I think if you watch my videos often, you would know that because I highlighted it as my favorite from the month it released. There are just so many amazing tracks on here, and I can't wait to see them performed live again because I know they will, because they are just great songs and they are just so fun to listen to. And also, before I forget, I'm going to rate this a 10. I'm going to rate this a 10. I don't do that very often. I think, again, if you watch my videos, you would know that I am very hesitant to hand out 10s. These are 10s. Next up, let's talk about the band SYAYOS. Now, this is a band that I had heard for the first time last year because they had released their debut album last year, which is titled Anthem 1.1, and then I saw them live back in April of this year, and it blew me away and it re-engineered my whole brain. SYAYOS is a 4-piece band from Tokyo, and I would really call their music jazzy and just really funky too, yet it is still rock at its core. This is such unique sounding music, like I said, that it is really hard to pigeonhole them into like any one particular genre or style because it's so unlike anything else I've heard. Maybe for that reason, I would even call them alternative rock because it is rock, but alternative to that. So I feel like that's actually a really good classification for alt-rock in this like one instance. Now, aside from genre, they are also very unique because of the very tactile sound of their songs. I think that is very apparent in the recordings, though I feel like their music really shines live. And again, this is why I need you to see them live, because it was a life-changing experience for me. Well, not really, but also, yeah, kind of. Songs like Sayonara Baby and also Last Dance are just incredible and really exemplify this tactile sound. It's almost like you can see that metallic chord on the guitar as you're listening to it. It's that realistic, if you will. The song, Yawarakai Atsuryoku, is just so groovy and fun, and I just can't get enough of it. And that is really how I feel about their music in general. I need more of it. I'm fiending for it, and it is a shame that they only have this one album so far and one single. But even though it is a, shame, it's amazing music. I need to purchase this physically. I did not get the chance in April, and I'm gonna make up for that. I swear to God, I promise you. Now, as much as I would love to compare SYAYOS to another band, I can't. Like I said, they're in a lane of their own, and I think maybe, hey, if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I will happily check them out because, like I said, I want more music like this. I want this so bad. I need it. I want it, please. Oh my God, dude, please, oh my God. And honest to God, I do have that same energy for this next band too. This is going to be yureruwayurei. This is a band that I actually talked a lot about last year because they had an amazing EP come out, which is titled Nemioid. And it is just embracing you in this tidal wave of shoegaze and distortion and reverb. It's such an amazing experience, and this is another band that I saw live back in April. I do not know who can set up an atmosphere and vibe at a live show like yureruwayurei. It is just so incredible. This is a 4-piece band from Okayama, and they are just really taking the whole indie rock scene by the throat. They somewhat came out of nowhere. They had a few singles, which then led up to that EP from last year, and they have just blown up since then, and I think for very good reason too. They are able to effortlessly create these guitar riffs and echoes that envelop you in their sound, and there are so many songs in their discography, which is unfortunately very short, that are just so enrapturing. In my opinion, these guys are definitely up-and-coming legends of the indie rock scene, and I think if you can see them outside of Japan, in this very rare instance, you have to take this opportunity to do so, because this might never happen again. But I mean, if they do blow up, then I think you will be seeing them outside of Japan, for sure. Now for this band, I would really say that they have a sound very akin to Kinoko Teikoku, and for that reason too, they sound a lot like Hammerhead Shark. So if you are a fan of those two bands, you are going to love yureruwayurei. But I will say, I think if you like Kinoko Teikoku, they are going to sound a lot more like their early work. So I think if you like Eureka and things right before that, like also Whirlpool, you will like them too. I guarantee it. Puddlehunds is a 3-piece band from Fukuoka, and yes, I thought you had to say it with the German pronunciation too, but you don't. This is a band that excels at making math rock and also Midwest emo rock music that is absolutely wonderful to the ears. I would say that it is primarily Midwest emo, though it has a lot of that math rock flair. They first came out with an EP back in September of last year, which I really liked. I talked about it in a video even, and then back in February of this year, they came out with 2 new singles, which really crank up the volume and the power of that sound that I already loved. My fondness for this band comes from the fact that the singer has a very clear and distinct voice, which is somewhat common in Midwest emo and also math rock music, though I feel like it is perfectly dialed in here. It is exactly how I want to hear and what I want to hear for this kind of sound, and it is really making me love the sound of this band overall. But aside from that too, the sharpness of the guitar melodies and the riffs on the hooks too even is just so cool to listen to. There are just so many guitar passages from all of their discography that just are constantly in the back of my head because I just love rewinding those moments. This is a band that I really recommend you check out if you are a fan of bands like Yukiguni and also Yeti Let You Notice, which are 2 other bands from Japan. I think for Yukiguni though, they are a little bit more mellow and sad, sort of Midwest emo, soft rock, lullaby music. But Puddlehunds is a lot more energetic and lively, so I think if you like the livelier songs of the Yukiguni discography, you're gonna like Puddlehunds. Well, I mean, frankly, I think if you like any kind of math rock or Japanese rock in the indie scene in general, you're gonna like Puddlehunds. It's not hard to love. And frankly, neither are any of these other bands too. I know I am really looking forward to seeing them, and that is because I have followed each of these bands for a very long time now, so I am a huge fan, and I am so looking forward to the next Music from Tokyo concert series, and I really think you should be too. And again, if you are interested in going, I am going to leave a link to their website down below if you want to check that out. I really recommend it. And again, the price of the tickets is so fantastic. $35 to start is a great entry point, And if you can go multiple nights in the same location, I really think you should, because each of these bands are so great. Then if it's anything like last year, they might even play separate set lists for each of the nights. So, you know, you can just kind of double dip and hear everything you want to hear. So check it out. There are going to be 5 shows total, and it is going to be Toronto on the 18th of September, Toronto again on the 19th of September, Montreal on the 21st of September, and then Vancouver on the 23rd and Vancouver on the 24th. So please go to any of those if you can. I really recommend it. It was incredible last year. With that said too, if you would like to hear my thoughts about last year's shows, then I have a video on it. I have lots of video and photos from kind of the behind the scenes. If you want to check that out, if you want some insider info, you can check that out, as well as a lot of concert footage too. So if you want to see what the vibe is like, you can do so there. So I really recommend it. Please check it out. And that is going to be all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out these shows and go to them if you can. I cannot recommend it enough. This is great bang for your value in every single way. Please do it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And also maybe see you in Canada.